But if these aid programs, Michael, are going to be cut, is there a legitimate concern that that kind of message isn't going to land until we actually see the real-world impact of it?
No, this is campaign gold. I mean, the idea that Republicans would mess with Medicare, which is wildly popular with seniors, is political suicide. It makes absolutely no sense. And let's not forget that seniors are our largest and most engaged voting bloc in America. And so I don't know any politician that will privately tell you that's a good idea.
To your earlier point, said, quote, oh, they won't lose health insurance. If that happens, is that the sound that gets played in every ad of every Democrat in the midterms?
Of course it does, but also don't believe anything Donald Trump says ever. The worst part about these Medicaid cuts that are coming is the way in which they happen, which is they're cutting payments to doctors and hospitals. So that means if grandma gets sick and has to get rushed to the hospital, she may not know until she gets there that the hospital won't treat her. That is problematic.
Or the warnings that hospitals might close as a result because that money goes away.
Rural hospitals, many of those people voted for him. And what does that mean for Republicans in the midterm?
Another example of Democrats focusing too much on messengers and not the message, a cohesive message.
Never fight the last war. If there's any Democratic strategist who thinks what happened last time will be effective next time, they should leave this business and go sell shoes. I love the idea that we're reconsidering the way that we deploy capital and our message and the platforms, but let's not say that worked last time, so it's going to work the next time. We have to be forward-looking. I have to admit, by the way, I've been in some of these conversations, but Democrats have to be aggressive in terms of the way that we communicate and understand that podcasts are great and those long podcasts are great, but they have to be authentic. That's why Joe Rogan works, particularly for young men, which is it's an authentic conversation. I think Democrats have a propensity to be a little snowflakeish, and so I don't know how that reconciles itself.
Well, so it's interesting. While I was reporting from the DNC last summer, I talked to one of the Harris campaign's top aides, Rob Flaherty, smart guy, hardworking guy, about their investment in digital. And here's what he told me. How much are you spending on digital?
Well, we're spending a significant amount. The campaign just made the largest investment in digital advertising in the history of campaign politics.
Literally ever.
Literally ever. And that is because we know that we need to reach voters wherever they are consuming information.
And then across the hall from where I did that interview was an area just for influencers. If you look at the results, it didn't work out so well for them, I think, to your point. But what do you do in 2025, understanding, and we were talking about this earlier, the highest propensity voters, I don't think, and I think the facts bear me out, are people who are listening to a lot of Joe Rogans or young influencers, or could even define influencers, to be honest.
People don't want to be advertised to. So if we're saying we're going to connect with voters by spending $100 million on ads, that's not going to work. It's about a relationship. The reason Joe Rogan works is his audience has a relationship with him. They trust him. They enjoy what he provides to them. Democrats have to create that. It's not about the platform. It's not about advertising. It's about creating content that resonates with voters and builds a relationship with them.